In late 2012, Neil and two others founded Purple Deck to make mobile content delivery simple. Almost 4 years later, they have expanded operations with a growing staff on the Scotland campus. Purple Deck has two flagship products. Mobile Deck makes creating a mobile application simple and affordable. Tap Live allows for complete dynamic management of NFC and collection of data metrics. In 2014, Purple Deck was a finalist for the Pennsylvania Big Idea competition, and in 2015, a finalist for the Community Impact Award.
Hi there, my name is Nathan Neal from Purple Deck Media, and today we're going to discuss how NFC is bridging the gap between the physical and the virtual worlds. We're going to focus on what NFC is doing out in the world today and where it is going in the future. So what I want to say is who I am and where I'm from is not important, but what we do here together is important. So we are changing the world today here at Vision NFC. A quote I like from Steve Jobs is, "Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower." And everybody here today and those watching this video are leaders. We're going to lead the industry into a direction that it's never been in before. Now everybody watching this likely knows what NFC is, but without near-field communication, you have a physical item, a widget. It might be a bottle of water or some sort of item that you sell. And you have a web presence. So you have a website to promote the product or a social media page to promote the product. You have the item and you have the presence, but the two do not interact with one another. So your customers have to actively search to find you. The younger generations, the millennials, they don't have time to search. And we're moving away from a society that searches to a society that engages with NFC to bridge these two things together. In a world with NFC, you have an object that is enabled by near-field communication, and no matter what your business vertical, near-field communication provides instant access to content and resources. It bridges that gap between the physical and the virtual. So now your online presence or whatever type of engagement that you want to deliver through NFC is bridged and the customers can link directly with you. So also, unlike traditional advertising, you can actually get usage metrics from NFC. And you can also change the behavior of your NFC tag to do different things. It might be warranty status one day and an upsell on a new item the next day, depending on when that warranty expires, for example. So I have a little example here. I have a nice little desk fan that I enjoy at my office that keeps me cool. So in a world without NFC, I just have a fan and it breaks. So how do I reorder it? In a world with NFC, my fan still breaks, and I just tap the end mark, which has NFC in it, on the fan and reorder the product. Adding NFC with a management platform allows for a simple reorder and warranty check, product upsales, and loyalty for a product. If I didn't have that NFC sticker on the back of my fan, I might be tempted to buy from another vendor or get another product. So what I'm not going to do in this presentation is talk about what NFC could do in the future, but what I am going to talk about is what it is doing right now, and it's doing fabulous things. NFC is building a great foundation. It has a great foundation in many countries, and it's growing. So let's focus on what NFC is doing, and in this presentation we're going to look at interactive apartment complexes, technical support, tourism, marketing and advertising, smart pharmaceuticals, not getting lost again, the future of music, and print is not dead. So we're going to take a look at all of these, and we're going to start with the smart rentals. So one project we implemented at Purple Deck Media was at a college apartment complex. The objective was to provide a way to pay rent, to send rapid service requests to have things fixed in the apartments, polls for improvements on what they could do to increase the experience. They have a complex event calendar with information about what they're going on, what promotions they have that links out to access their mobile application. So in a way, this implementation that we launch has a response to multiple directions, whether it be a click to do a poll, or a tap to do a survey, or a tap to send in to pay rent. There's a lot of applications in multiple directions that this case study provided, and it's been fantastic. Another thing, and I've worked in managed services for a large portion of my life, technical support can stink in general. With cloud management of NFC, managed service providers can get accurate device information, warranty status, and the replacement schedule. So frequently when you have a customer on the phone, you get inaccurate information. And with the tap of a phone, they can actually get the information that you program on there, and you can see that they tapped it, and you can see exactly which device that is. So now the clients can submit requests with accurate data and get past that technical support problem that many people in the managed service space have experienced. Another thing it's doing, and this has been phenomenal, the response to this has been great, is it's enhancing tourism. So NFC allows everyone with a smartphone to have their own kiosk. Instead of investing in a lot of kiosks for museums or tours or trails, you just let the users use their smartphones. You can update information frequently, and the user experience becomes more personable, because now instead of staring at a kiosk, I can have it on my phone and scroll through the information that I'm reading. Now take a note there that there is a QR code also in that image from the Veteran Memorial Park, but only about 10% of people engage via QR code. 90% of all of the engagement on this trail is by near-field communication technology. We've had a great implementation with the 50s Diner, and they started with us when we launched early betas in 2013 with menus and tabletops. So they've had a strong increase in sales. One tap, they can get multiple responses, whether it's that day's deal or a download for their mobile application. Shortly after they started working with us, they opened a second location. Both locations are doing phenomenal, and it's estimated that they've increased their volume by about 40%. It's been incredible. People like the interaction. And I was asked, well, what's the demographic in this area? It's a rural community with a population of about 300, yet she has 1,000 or more engagements per month in either her app or from the NFC tags on her menus and tabletops. So in marketing and advertising, smart paper products like the ones from PowerCoat Alive, allow for interactive marketing materials and advertising materials. This last year, we did a 501c3 who used NFC as a capital campaign to provide a new way of getting information to consumers. Capital campaigns in their nature are confusing, but with this it made it easy, and it allowed a more personal experience with the people that may or may not be interested in contributing to the capital campaign. So this is revolutionizing traditional paper, direct mail, and business cards, and it's fantastic. Now with Smart Pharmaceuticals, we have pilots underway, and I know when I pick up a prescription, I get a whole packet of information, almost a novel. Well, now you can have that all digitally in the cloud with direct access to prescription information within a tap. You can also use this to digitalize and have fast digital refill processes. We have that in a beta. We also have increased access to security with HID Trusted Tag Solution, which adds another layer of protection to prevent duplications. And for those afraid of side effects and risks, that information can also be available with the touch of a smartphone. This is going to revolutionize and is starting already to revolutionize the way that we look at smart pharmaceuticals. So wayfinding. It's easy to get lost in a hospital, and somehow I always end up in the basement in the morgue, which isn't where I want to be. So, in managing a large health network with 2 hospitals, urgent care facilities, 30 specialty groups, and over 100 locations, there's a huge problem. Providers move from office to office frequently, and their patients get lost. So how do we solve that problem? Well, NFC is the solution, and we've implemented this, and with turn-by-turn directions, patients can always tap a referral card and get turn-by-turn directions directly to the right facility where their provider is located. As for directions anymore, we can always have accurate directions by using NFC as the solution, and even if the address changes, we can update the NFC tag to direct us to the right spot to go. Music has been revolutionized, and this is using the Power Code Alive paper. And the artist Beatty Wolf used it in her new album. So each track she has is embedded into a NFC card with beautiful artwork, and it's got phenomenal reviews. Wired said it was bleeding edge, Huffington Post said it was ingenious, and it was a really interesting way for her to show off her music, her art, and the near-field communication technology. NFC-powered business cards, that's changing the world. Paper cards are boring, and you want to make a good first impression. I know with me personally, I receive hundreds of business cards all the time at networking events, and I lose them. But with NFC embedded paper, like from Power Code Alive, I can tap that person's business card and have their contact information instantly loaded into my cell phone. It's an exciting interaction, it's magic that takes place, and with a metric system, if you're handing out your cards, you can see who's really interested because you can see that they're tapping and engaging with your NFC card. It's going to really change the way we network with one another. There's so many possibilities with rich metrics, and this is just a snapshot of a few of the things that we collect at Purple Deck Media with our Tap Live solution. You can see how many daily taps you had, how many weekly taps you had. You can sort by the device operating system, and you can even see pinpoint locations of where those engagements took place. I mean, that is so powerful, and there's so much possibility for advertising and marketing with these metrics provided from NFC engagement. It's really fascinating. NFC is powering the future, and I have some tips to continue the growth and expansion. I want us to focus on what NFC is doing. Expand that focus and create new technologies. Just like the smart pharmaceuticals, we have that in beta and we're expanding upon it and creating new technologies based on the feedback we're receiving. We need to take what NFC is doing and then standardize markings for awareness. Anything that's successful has a standard mark so that the consumers are aware of what it means. We need to boost awareness based on current implementations and successful use cases. There's a lot of talk about what it can do, but what we need to do is say, this is what it's doing, this is who's doing it, and this was successful for them to help this grow and expand. But at the same time, we got to keep the possibilities in mind. We have to pick opportunities with high adoption potential and expand that usage and continue development as we progress. One of my last remarks here is adopt the end mark and expand the reach. Standardization is what is going to move this entire industry forward into a solid direction, but to do so, we need to standardize on a mark so that when my mom or my dad who aren't as familiar with technology learn this mark and learn that this mark means that they can engage, they'll remember that. We need to standardize on this mark. With NFC, the future is now, and it's been a pleasure presenting to you. Again, I'm from Purple Deck. We have NFC content management and delivery solutions. We gather rich metrics. We have a variety of different applications for our core platform and can be integrated into almost any vertical. So you can contact us at hello@purpledeck.com, and thanks for watching this presentation.